And after he shares poetry with us, we'll have disabled water protectors with us. But for those of us who've had the great pleasure of hearing Mr. Dupree, he creates original poetry for so many different events in this community. He's such a blessing for us. I've seen him speak at educational, historical, cultural events, city politics. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Herb Dupree.
Testing. I'd like to thank Paul and whoever was responsible for the event for inviting me out for my poetry. I'm gonna have to be a little commercial, if you don't mind, at this point in time. There's a book that I've newly published called Armageddon, and I think it's worth getting. And I have a few over there near my wife. So if you like what you hear, and if you've heard me before, then hopefully you'll purchase the book. I also have a poetry reading on the 29th of this month at the main library, and room B, I think it is. It's from 2 until 3 o'clock. Again, I will be sharing some poems, some music by Nina Simone, and some other things. Okay. A little while ain't always unable to touch another day. Eyes bulging with fear, overwhelmed by the hate of others. Yet a filled voice of wisdom whispers these words in your ear. A little while ain't always. At times, I wish this one could leave everything in terms of hatred or what have you at the station, whatever station that might be. So this one is entitled, Leave Your Baggage at the Station. Leave your anger, your fears, your rage, your fury, your wrath at the station. Leave your temper, your outrage, your umbrage, your moodiness, your vileness at the station. Leave your sadness, your vexation, your rancor, your resentment, your petulance at the station. This journey is not for miscreants who wrench the lives of others and then rejoice at their suffering. All the love that you need is here, so leave your baggage at the station. I think that's apropos given today's time. Again, what is one to make of these times when anger appears to have hegemony over reason? There comes a time in life when you just have to walk away from all the drama and all the people who create it. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Forget the bad and focus on the good. Love the people that treat you right and pray for those who don't. For life is too short to be anything but happy. Falling down is part of life, but getting up is living. This is Jose Harris' 2015 poem. Let's not speak of heavens full of grief, seas beyond the breach, wayward journeys home. A lighthouse is always on the promontory, its beacon guiding ships to shore. This one is called Jim Crow. I don't need an old friend to visit me if he's gonna be rude and boss me around in my own house even, telling me what to wear and what to eat, throwing cold water on my parade. And yeah, my ears are plugged when you start talking about how things used to be. For who? I only remember lynchings and white-only signs. The welcome mat is hanging in the closet, and it's gonna stay there for you. I gotta talk rough to you. That's the only thing you seem to know. So get the hell out of my house, Jim Crow. When speaking is inadequate in a strange land. President Obama's rhetorical skills soared in a strange land. Wisdom of fringe listeners pressed the urgency of his task. However, the tedium of this effort is seen in the stoic stares of the malcontents. Speak in ancient Aramaic, maybe the Talmudic scholars will whisper, Amen. Others demand recompense for shredding their silence. Torn by guttural anger, tolerant words are useless in a traumatized land. In Guernica, broken minds were keenly aware of the weariness of intolerance, hatred, despair, and strains of war. But in America, broken minds are keenly aware of what? If thou be more than hate, step forth and feel the intimacy of living life fully. We are prisoners of our mercenary past, finding comfort in anger, having obedience to hating others, and grief someone else's mantle to carry. Who is at Camelon in the mirror with the generic smile? We are caught up in whirlwinds of deception, inventing tales of intrigue. I would rather find myself in a place described by Pablo Neruda, but to feel the affection that comes from those whom we do not know, from those unknown to us, who are watching over our sleep and solitude, over our dangers and weaknesses. That is something still greater and more beautiful, because it widens out the boundaries of our being and it unites all living things. Wipe away the anguish and tears of those who mourn. In spite of Trump's spewing toxic words in a sterile environment, whomever is more than hate, let him, let her step forth. Affirm squatters' rights if you have to, ancestral roots in America if you have to. Your task is to bend the unbendable arc of Trump's angry words and continue to demand fairness. These are wintering days, testing your resolve of freedom. It is a timeless effort, however, and it admonishes everyone to listen to the silence of the wind. This is not a harbinger of things to come, as this too will pass. Thank you.